everyone. Welcome back to another Autism in Black Daily Conference check-in. I am Maria Davis Pierre, the CEO and founder of Autism in Black Inc., and I am here with my lovely husband.
All right, good evening, everyone. Here's truly Dr. Barry Pierre, the co-founder, COO of Autism in Black, checking in.
And we're back to talk about the conference. We are 8 days away from our 5th annual conference. The first time we are doing hybrid. We are usually just virtual, but this year we started adding in the in-person component, so you can join us here in West Palm Beach next week, the 11th through the 13th, or virtual from anywhere you are. What are we talking about today, Ben?
Yeah, no, I think, again, just, quick introductions for those who this is your first time catching a stream, or you happen to catch it live, or you happen to catch the replay. Again, this is the Autism Black Conference, 5th conference of an amazing, which really started out just as an amazing story and an amazing, hey, what if we did this thing where we got those in the Black autistic community together to let them know that there is a safe space. There is an organization that isn't fearful of talking to them, for them, and more importantly, having people that represent them talking. And again, we're going on year number 5. Very excited. Like my wife said, we are having a hybrid experience. Typically, most conferences start out as an in-person thing, and they branch out to do kind of the virtual aspect of it. We started out during the pandemic, and during when it was probably a little bit easier for parents to be home, be with their families, be with their children, and just be relaxing while enjoying an experience, which was the conference. So it's just something that's continued to build upon it. And like I said, we're just excited to be able to kind of bring you conference number 5, which is just one of the many events that the organization does. This happens to be one of our premium events because there is some cost associated with it, because I know we always get those questions. But just understanding that we have so much love for the autistic community, especially the Black autistic community. And this is just one of the ways that we kind of are able to kind of show it.
Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl is the founder of Advocating for Kids, and she has been a speaker each year, opener at each year at the conference, and she will be back opening up Saturday morning for us with her Advocating While Black talk. So we're so happy to have her joining us. Isn't that right, husband?
Yeah, no, Cheryl's amazing. Such a dynamic speaker who, again, because I've had her on my podcast, and just talks from, a sense of love for the community. And she's such a fighter. And especially in a time like we're in right now, where it's not cool to be advocating for the disadvantaged. It's not cool to be especially publicly, advocating for those who again are diverse, right? Like, unfortunately, we're living during a time where being diverse, being equitable, and being inclusive is a bad thing. And we continue to fight, and people like Cheryl and Advocating for Kids just continues to do that on even a higher level than I think that we're even trying to get to.
Definitely. She definitely advocates like a boss within the school system. And it is IEP season right now. So we are all extremely.
You need some IEPs, or you need an IEP expert, because these school boards are. I don't even say they're telling lies. I think because of what's coming down from the top, funding is being cut. Programs that used to be there aren't there no more. And if you need an advocate on your side, Cheryl is definitely one to, make sure you have in your corner, and get with her early before, she's booked out for the year.
Go ahead and get your appointments with her. Miss Allie on Instagram says hi to us. Hi, how are you doing? I hope you're joining us the 11th through the 13th for our conference. What else do we want to talk about with the conference?
No, I think we just started kind of, letting folks know who's going to be our vendors for the conference. Again, it's just one of those things where yesterday, if you had a opportunity to catch live yesterday, we talked about our sponsors, right? So let's give a shout out to our sponsors before we get to maybe highlight a vendor or two.
Yes. So we have Amazon back for another year. We have Grant Makers for Girls of Color back for another year. We have Pierre Medical Consulting here as a sponsor this year. And then we have for our swag bag sponsors, we have Arc Therapeutic back for the second year. And then we have Mantra Band, who it's their first year being a swag bag sponsor, but hopefully we form a partnership where they can continue to be a sponsor. So we are so happy and thankful for all of our sponsors. I do have a question here on Instagram. Who should we book with early before she gets booked for 2025? Cheryl Poe with Advocating for Kids, Little Brown Island Girls. Cheryl Poe with Advocating for Kids. She is our Saturday morning speaker. You can go to autismblack.org/conference 2025 and you will see her picture up there and you can find out more information about her.
Yeah. And what's her website again? Is it just
I think it's
Cheryl, if you could, if you could just drop it in a comment, that way you can kind of highlight.
Mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. You're welcome. So those are our sponsors for the 5th annual Autism in Black conference. Now we could talk about I have to pull up my my list to talk about our vendors.
All right. Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where we want to highlight those who've been again continue to be supportive of the cause, right? Again, it's a weird thing to think about that, in a time like this, if you're an organization like Autism in Black, like Advocating for Kids, who tries to fight for those who are disadvantaged, people say that you're discriminating against those who've been advantaged, those who live in their advantage and have been living in advantage and have been living in a level of exclusivity, now are upset, right? That, others kind of want a piece of the pie. So again, this is what we do when Autism in Black, when it's good, right? We're going to advocate, right? When the environment isn't the best, right? We're going to advocate even harder. And that's why, again, I'm excited that this not only is the 5th conference, right? But it's our first kind of this hybrid experience, because again, we have to let folks know that we're not just online. We're people who are willing to travel, who are willing to go to places, talk and network, and, get assistance and help, because we all have a story in this, autism journey. Again, I'm not autistic. My wife is, my daughter and my son is, they have a journey of their own that I can't speak of, but I can only speak of the journey that I have, kind of walking alongside of them. And I'm just excited to be able to do so. And when we do this conference, when we do the summits, the webinars, the books, the podcast, all of the things that Autism in Black does, it's to help, help etch that story for someone else.
Exactly. So we're very, very excited. We did have to do some pivoting with the new administration and what we want to accomplish with Autism in Black, and knowing that a lot of, because that man hasn't put that pen down since he got into office, signing these ridiculous executive orders. So with that, we've had to pivot about our goals and what we want to accomplish to make sure that we are still boots on the ground in the community doing what we need to do for our community. We know that it is a wild time right now, and we want to make sure that community is at the forefront. And it really is starting with the 5th annual conference, how we are going to kind of use that to jumpstart everything that we have been planning. So make sure you're getting your tickets because we have some exciting things that we will be revealing at the conference next week, April 11th through the 13th. Now, do you want to go ahead and name some of these?
Yeah, let's give our vendors a shout out. Those who have gotten their virtual tickets, that you'll have access to their information. It will be in the vault, as well as our sponsors' information. So yeah, let's give our folks a shout out.
Exactly. So we have Adapting to Autism. That is Megan Ashley's company. Megan was a speaker at the 4th annual conference and at our girls event, and she is just absolutely amazing. I highly recommend. She does. She lives in Texas. She does assessments for adults in Texas. So if you are someone who is in Texas needing a therapist, I would definitely look into Adapting to Autism. They have tools, coaching, and support tailored for either you or your child's journey. We have Awesome Family Special Travel. They create sensory-friendly travel adventures. I know that they're planning a Disney cruise right now. I think I saw that on their IG, so check them out. And then we have the ones that we have not quite announced yet, but we're going to give y'all a little insight since y'all sitting here with us. We have the NADD, which is the National Association for the Dually Diagnosed. This is their 2nd year vending with us. So you can check them out. They advocate for individuals with IDD and mental health needs. And them, Awesome Families, and Adapting to Autism are all virtual vendors. So you will be able to check them out within the app, the Hoover app. Then we have the Victorious Poet, who is Lovely Lundy. And she opened our conference last year with a curated poem just for Autism in Black. So she will be an online vendor as well. Then we have Learn with Liam, who is bringing inclusive learning tools. They have a book, and I know that they have cards as well, and they are a in-person and virtual vendor. So if you are coming in person, you'll be able to shop with them right there at their booth. We also have Own the Spectrum, who is by Laquista, and I think many of you might follow her. She is a social media creator as well. And her brand will be in person at the conference as well. So you could check her out in person or at the booth. We also have Children's Medical Services Health Plan, which is operated by Sunshine Health, and they support families through accessible health services. There are a in-person vendor, so you can check them out in person and virtual as well. We have Angelic Steps Therapy, who provides compassionate quality care for children. They are in person as well, so you can check them out in person and virtually. And last but not least, we have Flourish Beyond the Spectrum, which is a medical provider, and they help families with holistic healthcare. So they'll be in person. No, I think they're online. Excuse me. They're virtual. So you could check them out virtually in our Hoover app. So those are our vendors. Of course, Autism in Black will be vending in person. I think Dr. Berry is going to set up my virtual booth for me as well, so you can vend with us. But we are very excited that these brands want to work with us and be vendors for our Autism in Black community. We're happy about the products and the services that they offer, and we know that they are going to be providing some good resources and tools to our community. I know I'm going to be shopping with them. I've already been checking out the stuff, so I can go ahead and get my stuff before everybody else gets there. So I hope that if you are an attendee, that you check out these individuals, these business owners booths, because they are providing to the Black autism community. So we're very excited about that. And then check out our sponsors booths as well. What do you say?
Yeah, no, I love it. It's just, again, it's just one of those things where, as the countdown continues to, get closer to the event, it's always an exciting time, right? A good nervous to try to say, all right, let's make sure, we did better than the last one. And that's always our goal. How do we continue to improve and continue to show out and serve for the community? So again, exciting time. Can't wait for next week to start and happen and go down. Next week's lives, I think, will be great, right? Especially for those who are watching. I would definitely be on the lives if I were you guys starting next week, right? We're gonna give some stuff away, right? Especially for those who may have not had an opportunity to ever be at an Autism in Black event, right? Like I'm usually in the given season during the last week of leading up to the event. So definitely show up to our lives next week for a special opportunity.
Exactly. That means a lot of people get tickets on Pierre Medical Consulting. So if you want to check us out, this would be a prime time to be on live. I will say maybe tomorrow, this weekend, we'll show you some behind the scenes, because our garage is currently filled with all the stuff that will be at the conference or in swag bags for our in-person or virtual VIPs. We have some amazing things, and I am just blown away. We have Lock Inspirations back again for another year with our handcrafted sip and paint bags, and these bags this year are just amazing. I probably should have ordered some more just to keep for myself to use. So maybe I'll show you guys some of those products, and then some other things that we have as well. But I think that's it. We will be doing Soul Thursday tonight with DJ Calvin. So if you want to hear more about the conference, hear a little bit of our backstory, hop on with us at 8. It starts at 8, but we go on around 8:30 for soulthursday.com. I believe it is let me not just be spitting out website addresses around here, but I do believe it is that. Let me check, y'all. Be for sure. Yes, soulthursdays.com. You can sign up. It's free Zoom event, and you can hop on. He usually has some good guests, and we will be the latter half of the guests for this evening. So hop on with us and engage with DJ Calvin, get a little taste of what he will be spinning these records next week from the 11th through the 13th for the event as well. Anything else, husband?
No, I think we're good. Again, just excited. Again, I'm just always excited time to, not only kind of show out again for the autism community. Again, if you had an opportunity to check out our boys event we did last month, time we moving. So was it last? Yeah, I think it was last month. Boys event. The same energy, especially with DJ Calvin. Getting the music, getting us right. And one thing that we really preach here in the organization, it's all about action. Right. It's all about, again, we're going to have a great time. It's going to be a great weekend. But if on Monday, we don't provide you with any type of actionable tip to be a better parent, better sibling, better advocate on Monday, then we did not do a good job. And we will go back to the drawing board to make sure that doesn't happen. But it's going to happen because we know what we're doing. But like, that's always the goal, right? Like action. Those who follow me on, my social media channels, my motto is empower yourself for a better health, right? Like it's one thing to get the word. It's another thing to take action on the word that you get, right? A lot of us be getting the word. a lot of us be hyped for these conferences, hyped for these meetings, hyped for these events. But then once the event is over, we kind of go back to what we don't like, right? Which is typically our norm. With the conference, with stuff we do, we won't allow y'all to do that, right? We're gonna give y'all so much information, not to overload y'all, but to make sure that y'all prepared to kick down the door on Monday.
Exactly. And I know we might not seem very hype right now. We're tired. We've been working hard, but the energy of our events is very, very high energy. So we always have a good time. We're very excited. We're almost just 1 week away from this event that we have been planning hard for a year, and just seeing it actually everything come into place is going to be so amazing. Our speaker lineup is amazing as usual. The things that we have planned for not only our in-person, but our virtual attendees as well. You guys are going to love what we have in store for the 5th annual Autism in Black Conference, because it is about building community this year. So we are very excited, and we hope you join us April 11th through the 13th. That is next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you can come here to West Palm Beach, because some of y'all are still buying those in-person tickets. And like I said, Dr. Berry is going to shut that down Wednesday. So if you are still planning to attend in person, you have until Wednesday to get those tickets, because we do have to give final head counts. But of course, virtual will be selling all throughout the weekend. So you can still go and get your ticket, autismblack.org/conference 2025. And we want to see you next weekend, chilling with us and having an amazing weekend.
Love it.
We will probably see y'all tomorrow, but if not, y'all will see us.
You'll see us tomorrow. She does it every time. Y'all will see it tomorrow. Especially because next week, because I know y'all, I don't want y'all having to randomly sit and figure out when they're going to do live. So we'll have a very set schedule on when we're doing live. So you'll have a set schedule on when to check in to win some free stuff.
Yes. So y'all will probably see me tomorrow. I have another event I'm vending at this weekend that I need to prepare for. So, but y'all know Dr. Berry doesn't let me rest. Dr. Jelaine says, I know this will be amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you and the husband and the kids are doing well. Yeah, until tomorrow when Dr. Berry makes me get back on this live, y'all. Come hop on with us for Soul Thursdays, though. SoulThursdays.com. We'll be on around 8:30, but the show starts at 8. So enjoy your Thursday, people, and we will see you tomorrow.
All right.